for Car Chat. And today, let's see, it's Tuesday, the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. And I wish you all happy Thanksgiving. I am headed to school now, and this is our last day before Thanksgiving break. So we have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. So that's really nice, and I'm looking forward to that. That's the life of a teacher. You get some holidays thrown in there. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm so excited. I am almost to 1,000 subscribers, and this has not been the easy route. I have seen where some people make one video and they get, 1,000 subscribers because their video is so great. I can't say that about this channel, but I have to say a lot of the things that
stay in the second lane from right,
that for YouTube are to find one thing to talk about and just keep talking about it.
use the right lane to take
exit
43B onto Lowell Street.
That one particular item and just keep going with that. But I like a variety of things, so I originally got a lot of subscribers.
In 1.2 miles,
I
exit
loved
45, 46
VIP
onto
Kid,
Pelham
and
Street,
I was a
and Route
teacher.
213 east toward
Excuse
the
my GPS, I'm coming from a different angle today. I drove my daughter to the airport, so I'm driving to the school a different route, so I wanted to do my GPS just to make sure I get there on time, because if I take a wrong turn, which I did coming out of Boston, it will take me longer. So I am just going to leave the GPS on. But my channel was about education, and
use the right two lanes to
take
exit 45,
the
46 onto
iPad.
Pelham Street, and Route 213 east toward
I'm going to
Methuen.
keep going straight on 93, whether you like it or not, GPS. I just really love teaching for VIP.
Take the exit, then keep right onto
for
Pelham Street.
them for a few years, and I used to use
Keep right onto Pelham Street.
which
Then
was
take the first
for
left.
emergency. A lot of times people would pull their iPad out and they could teach with their iPad. I'm not even sure.
In 4 miles, take
anymore.
exit 2 onto New Hampshire, Route 97 toward Pelham.
But I just kind of got out of VIP Kid because they changed everything, and now they offer a lot less money. So I feel like I can find other ways to make money. So that's what I'm doing. So I appreciate all of you who are subscribing to my channel, and I hope you come back. I have some knitting things that I have online, and I'm offering actually to help people learn how to make this zip down back baby sweater. And I also have a request to make a cardigan sweater, which I might do as well. Then I'm putting up tutorials, but I also am offering, if somebody wants me to make one for your special someone, I can also do that. I made one from a friend of mine that is all the way across on the other side of the state, and she just paid me with Venmo, so that worked out. So I'm really glad for that opportunity that I can put that out there. If you're interested in a sweater, let me know. If you're interested in learning how to make one, let me know. If you're just coming to my video to give me a thumbs up and a subscribe, go for that as well. All of that subscribing stuff is free to you. And I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and I noticed whenever I go live, I get a couple. So I am at,
In 2 miles, take exit 2 onto New
40
Hampshire, Route
more
97 toward Pelham.
subscribers, and I will have 1,000. So that means if I get one, that's one per video, that's 40 videos, or I could do 2 per video. You could give me, I could make 20 videos. And I know that that's not all there is to YouTube, is getting to 1,000. You have to also get to So 4,000 watch hours, that is a lot. I'm at about halfway through, but I figured one goal at a time. So I've been watching videos from other YouTubers that are kind of trying to build their channels as well and giving helpful hints. I thought today I would give a helpful hint on how to save money in everyday life. How to save money in everyday life. Because I raised 13 children of my own, lived at home for 25 years, and just lived on a budget because I didn't want to work. Not that I didn't want to work. I did work very hard with my own children, but I didn't want to work outside the home, and I figured
Use the right lane to take
I
exit 2 onto New
could
Hampshire Route 97 toward Pelham.
I could take care of my kids and still, live on a budget, and instead of working, spending all my money, I could try to be thrifty and stay home with my kids. So that's what I did. So I did learn how to
Take the
sew.
exit,
So I
then
sewed
turn
kids'
left onto
stuff for
Pelham
my own
Road.
kids. And whenever something would
At the
come
light,
up that they
use
needed
the left
something
2 lanes
special
to turn
for,
onto Pelham Road.
I would make them stuff. And I would also sew for gifts. At one point in time, I made nurses' scrubs with a friend of mine. She was a nurse, and she'd go to work, and she would
Turn left.
So I think we're back on here. So yeah. So I would sew stuff for my kids, and we also got a sewing machine, and we made scrubs for the nurses at her work. And I don't remember how much we sold them for, $20-$30. And we would make like all different kinds for the holidays, for special days, birthdays, whatever, colors, whatever we could. Another way to save money is to cook from scratch. Make your own bread. Right now, where I live, bread can go anywhere from $2.50 to $4 a loaf. So I am actually making sourdough bread. I have like the yeast on my counter, and I add to it. You can make any kind of bread items with that. You could make tortillas. You could make pizza dough. I've been making bread in my bread machine. Like, I make the dough in the bread machine, and then I cook it in the oven. Lots of ways you can make your own bread, and it's actually better for you as well. It's better on your stomach, which is really cool. You can make anything with it that you're going to put, milk into, or yeast as well. So that's another way to save money. Another way to save money is to live minimal. I'm learning it's, the way I used to live when all my kids were home was kind of a minimalist type of life, because you don't go out to the store and buy the next best thing. You just do with what you have. And we learned how to find things to do that don't cost a lot of money. My kids loved to ice skate, so they were ice skate outside on the back pond. We would get ice skates. I just put out a plea, hey, does anybody have any extra ice skates anywhere? We would get ice skates from people, and we had a collection, so then when people come over, we even had extras. And when you have a big family, people just give you stuff. They figure, hey, you've got a lot of people in your family, let's just unload all of our stuff. So a lot of times I had too much stuff, but it was good. I would usually tell people I will take whatever they give, and I would go through it, keep the good stuff, keep the stuff that I thought we could use, and then pass it off to the local, thrift store or whatever it was. So those are some good money saving tips. We also usually bought, used cars. We didn't really go out and buy whatever car we wanted. We just bought the cheapest thing available. And just, I guess the thing is, you can't be thinking about what you think the best brands are. You just use what you have, you know? And that was not something that was foreign to me because my grandparents were very thrifty. My grandfather really hardly ever spent money on anything. He saved all of his money, and if he bought anything, he bought it with cash. And I don't have credit cards with, I have a credit card I use, but I don't have debt, those kind of things. And I don't feel compelled to keep up with everyone else. I just live the life that I'm comfortable living. So that's the big thing, is not feeling like you're in competition with anyone else. You just live within your means. And right now I am a teacher, and I teach so that my kids can go to school at a private school, which I think is important to me. And my youngest is a junior in high school, so I'm almost done educating all of my children. So yeah, so I'm looking for new things. So that's why I'm trying to do YouTube and learning new things about the whole process. And knitting is a fun thing. Knitting kind of unites people, gives people a common bond, goals. Everybody loves to make things for little children, and I've known people that make blankets for maybe hospitals and things like that, or here someone's having a baby, you have something to give to them. So I really love knitting because it keeps me making something. I like to challenge myself on something new to learn, and then I love to give the things away. Sometimes I can sell them. I just made a sweater that I was able to get a little money for making it, but usually if it's friends and family, I will give it away. And it's very satisfying when they appreciate it because they know how much work it takes to go into that. I also like to make socks. I also have some videos that are for beginners, beginner knitting and beginner crocheting. And I like to teach young people how to knit and crochet. You never know, some kids, they take to it and they think, where have you been all my life? I love to knit. And I had a couple students last year that learned how to knit, and it just gave them something really special to do, and they really enjoyed it. So I like to pass on the craft as well. So thank you for watching this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I love to talk about education, and I love to talk about crafts, things we can do in our free time. One of my most popular videos on my channel is how to sew fur onto your coat. And that would be like, those coats that have the fur around the hood, and I put mine into the dryer, and then of course it ruins it. But you can go on to Amazon and you can buy that fur, and you can sew buttons onto your hood, and then button it onto your hoodie, and then you can take it off to wash your coat. What a novel idea. I don't know how many coats I've ruined because we put them into the dryer and then the fur was wrecked. And sometimes the fur is like the best part of the whole coat. So that's one of my most famous videos. And I also have a video about why I quit teaching at the public school after my student teaching experience. And I share all about that. I'm interested in education and different ways that kids can educate today rather than just going to the local public school and just signing up. There are many options now in our country that we can do. Yes, we can do online. Not everybody's a fan of learning online, because then that means you're kind of by yourself. Most people want to be with other people. So if you homeschool, you've got your family, you can do co-ops. You could do online and then just plan activities. Some people do, hey, we'll do school for 4 days and then we'll plan activities for the remaining Friday and weekends and things like that. I have a friend, I think her kids do 2 days of school and they just do like full days, pack it all into 2 days, and then you have the rest of the week to do activities, or if you're older, to get a job, things like that. There's also, tech schools. There's a lot of times kids can go to college, dual enrollment now, which is good. They can get their college in our state. Our state pays for dual enrollment if you're an undergraduate of high school, which is really cool. That can save you a lot of money and a lot of time. It also can help kids to start working on their degree. Maybe they don't even like it once they get going and they have time to switch to something else. So lots of options for education, and it's unfortunate that our current public schools are in such trouble, because I was watching a video earlier that was talking about there is no teacher shortage. The truth is there are lots of teachers, but a lot of people are leaving the public school. They don't want to teach. They'd rather do something else for many reasons. And so there's not really a teacher shortage. What can we do to bring the students and the teachers back together in some way that's more profitable than what we're doing right now? I don't really know what all the answers are, but people should start being more creative and realize that the current status quo is not working. I know at our schools in our town, English and math, the average is 40% competency. That's not very good. 40%. Shouldn't it be 100%? I guess it wouldn't be 100%. You got to make room for special needs, or, people that have disabilities, things like that. But it should be a lot higher than 40%. And we should be trying to figure out what's going on that it's not higher, because we have more resources than ever before, than in, even since my mother was a child. So here we are. We made it to our destination, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.